أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد واصيلا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
إلا الله. الله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم، كل عام وأنتم بخير. اليوم يوافق يوم السبت، وهي يوم 31 من مايو 2025، والموافق 3 من ذي الحجة 1446 هجري. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته to our beautiful mothers and our fathers, our grandparents, our beautiful aunts and uncles, and the ancestors of our land. In the السماء and in the أرض والسماء، يعني الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض، 7 سماوات والأرض مثلهن. It is the it's the it's running, yani, as we are now in the run up. We are now in the run up to see the final, yani, line, to see where the ribbon is. That is where in conscious the new, yani, age, yani, children, and in conscious is awoken um, to align to it. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. It is the Ayyam al-Hajj. It is when we speak about Hajj, we speak about transformations, we speak about the miraculous migrational psychology of a universe from what you were in 2020 in the COVID, yani, dispensation, and changes that had changed your phenomena and your logic and your rationale and your religion and your gods and your prophets. It had come to uproot every truth that ever existed on your body. Okay. It was necessary to send out a delegation, yani, into the unseen, into the unknown. ولولا نفر من كل فرقة منهم طائفة, to go into the archives of the ancestors and to reignite those dark alleys and resuscitate that mutual, yani, that mutual coexistence, that blood, yani, properties that you have and I have of our ancestors for the last billion years. Okay. Your simulation in your first stage of, yani, being dead, like most of us are dead currently in terms of our conscious, we're running on a minus. Okay, we're running in frozen mode, we are living in tunnels. Okay, we are not we are not alive. Okay, we are, yani, consciously, most of us are dead. Okay, even if you're following a religion, you have to get to the age of Arafat. So age of Arafat, it comes once in every 1,000 years. Okay? وَإِذَا أَفَضْتُ مِنْ عَرَفَاتٍ فَاذْكُرُوا. It's an age. Okay? In the lower dimensions of perception, it becomes a day. But in the, yani, higher realms of conscious, as you walk through the ladder of ascension, of expansion, of identification, yani, when you receive your true identity, okay, when you achieve that reward, okay, if you get to be, yani, وَأَلْحِقَنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ رَبِّ اغْفِرْ وَهَبْ لِي وَأَلْحِقَنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ رَبِّ هَبْ لِي حُكْمًا وَأَلْحِقَنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ. If you come to that level of maturity as a, yani, earth dweller, as a truth seeker, as yani, a God lover, as Allah lover, yani, as a peaceful, yani, soul, as a humble servant. Okay, if you, yani, get your credentials on that level now, then you are now reaching what you would find an age of Arafat. فَإِذَا أَفَضْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ. Now that you know who Allah is, you don't believe it anymore. You don't believe a prophet. You don't believe a sheikh. You don't believe a priest. You don't believe a government. You know with absolute yaqeen who Allah is. Okay? That's your task in this dunya. You can't call yourself a mu'min if you have not confirmed who Allah is. Allah must confirm that to you directly. It cannot be via anybody else. Now, since COVID, you had to establish, go to your grandfather, go to your grandmother, go to your father and ask them, did Allah give them a phone call? Was there any communication via a messenger and a message, a program that gave him more clarity? Because when the past Allah was denied, yani, access in COVID, we as a planet had to script, we had to re-narrate, we had to rediscover ourselves. Okay, we had to go inside. but we had to find the key. Okay, to go into the house, there has to be a front door. You can't use the back door. Okay, you can't make it till you can't fake it till you make it. You gotta be the makwi. You gotta be the authentic self to get to Allah. Allah must speak to you. Otherwise, who are you? Then you are dead, or otherwise you're a jinn. Allah only speaks to malaikas. Allah doesn't speak to the jinn people. So if you're still waiting to get a word or a message from God, and He has not yet confirmed, then Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ. We have made those who are captured in the jinn is those who are captured in the mental capacities. They cannot leave that frozen zone. Okay, those are the people who are mentally enslaved in their capture. They don't know who they are. They only think they are their bodies because they're having different elements. They have different challenges. They have all these sorts of things because inevitably people they didn't read the book of life. See? Okay, your book of life is in your heart. Okay, your mother activates it for you, and Allah reveals it to you as you walk the path of clarity, of surety, and of unconditional love. Right. We as a civilization, we are now approaching the age of Arafat. The age of Arafat. That is your exit. When you reach Arafat, then you know who's Allah, you know who's Jibreel, you know who's Mikael, you know who's Ad, you know who's Thamud, you know who's the Shaitan, you know who's Mikael, you know who's Lot, you know who is, you have to know these things because the meaning of Arafat is to know. You can't believe when you get to Arafat anymore because now this ascension that we are now currently into, esoteric understandings, guys. I call it esoteric because obviously it's strange for most of you because you have been following a biblical version of your earthly journey. Okay, your Arabs, your Jews, your Christians, they are one bandit, guys. God specifically gave you that dry run to see whether you're going to be curious, whether you're going to ask, like, is this all? Does it stop here? How does this work? Where did it come from? Obviously, you must know Allah already knows that most of you did not read the Quran for what it came for. You read it as a history book. So most of your covers are blown by now. Okay? Allah knows everything, guys. You can't fool Allah. You fool yourself when you do these things. So now at this moment in time, those who were not fooled, okay, those who were not sufaha, يعني سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها. Okay, those who are going to now enter into the 1,000 years of Arafat. Arafat and Arafat is two different things. Arafat is a space that you are elevated to, which holds its own sama. Okay, that is where you understand from where you come, what is your current chapter, and what is the next 9 chapters that needs to be revealed. Okay, you're following a sequence as to how the cosmic the cosmic transitions and the cosmic cycles of the universe is patterned. Okay, religion will never give you this, people. You will never get to Arafat with religion. Take my word for this. What I'm saying. You must go to your deen of Allah. The deen is your authentic self. That which you communicate quietly when you are in your honest zone, when you are busy cracking out that doubt and that fears, if you are breaking that walls down, okay, when you are unraveling that guilt that you are sitting with for 50, 60 years, then you're going to know that is Arafat. Know it, okay? There can't be doubt, people. You have to know the thing because you come from real, we come from authentic life, we come from the real stuff, we come from the McQuay, okay? Ons het nie gekom om spek en bontjies te speel hier nie. Ons het nie gekom om aan te speel guys. Ons het gekom to find the age of Arafat, which is 1,000 years, guys. We waited for this for 1,000 years. In 1,000 years, and it's 1,000 years because it pushes you out. You exit at Arafat. You don't go back again to the hell. You can't live on that hypocrisy. You promise God things, you tell him certain things, but then you pull him a blind when you return. You become the very same person. You just add it into your bucket list now, Salah. It's hypocrisy, people. Let's just come to that level. But nobody is blameworthy. We just have to be honest with ourselves at this moment in time. Those who are climbing the ladder, they have to go through the things that they are going through now to get to the next level. But we must be understanding those who been given the right of pass the Bani Israel, those who were given the right of reaching the Arafat in the Sama. Okay, it is God, it is Allah's will. It is not who you know or which nation you are. No, people, it's not what your titles are or what your what your language is. It is who speaks the Arabian Mubin, who speaks the mother language, who speaks the language of the age. Okay, because that is the language that you need to understand, because that is where the messages are coming through now, and the vibrations are breaking new shores and new boundaries, and it's new waves of intelligence that is now reaching the shore. Okay, that whoever is standing on the shore now, they are reciprocating that information and that data, because look, they want to exit. They don't want to live in the dark dungeons that we are currently believing it is a reality. That is the we're living in a in a fictional sort of past age, that we are believing in things that we claim that Allah forgot about us, and then he gave another nation a prophet, and he gave another nation a messenger, and he gave another nation a book. And that is for Elvis's time. We are now in a digital age, people. Understand? Our understanding of who we are has expanded. If you did not grow, if you don't grow, you die, people. Believe you me, your cells, your brain cells, what Allah created was for you to expand. If you do not apply it, okay, then you will forfeit that privilege, okay. Then you will be stuck in hell. Hell is when you don't grow. If you don't grow, you die. Where do you go when you die? You go to hell. Where do you go when you're alive? You go to heaven. Okay? So the jinn, they create those who are in their mental faculties. They cannot get into their heart. They don't have the key. They were not given access to the next stage of the evolution of the collective conscious of the universe. Okay? As we grow, Allah wants growth. Allah wants us to have new experiences, to have new truths revealed. Okay? And Allah's mercy is on the children. Those are the this is the why Allah's heart is on the children, because Allah's holds the heart of the mother of the planet. Okay, so when the pulse of the planet is off, the heart of Allah is not aligned, and that is what you've been going through for the last 5 years since 2020's lockdown. This planet was exchanged. The reality was gone. Those who did not get the email in time, those who did not read the spam messages, okay, and thought it was a scam, Allah must guide us all, inshallah. Allah must guide us all, okay. It's a fasting day down here in the furthest end of the south, as we navigate into the best moments of receiving the greatest reward of Arafat. Arafat is a space in your evolution. It's the sixth level of comprehension of consciousness. Okay, you are outside of the body. You are in the highest form of your light astral presence. Okay, that's Arafat. Okay, only those who experience it will know it. Those who did not get the upgrade, They cannot speak about it because they are ignorant. Okay? Allah chooses. Nobody knows who they are, people. We're just giving you the explanations because we cannot include ourselves. Huwa a'lamu biman ittaqa. We can only give the narrations. Like you could say that the Nabi, niemand het van ons het gesien vir die Nabi, but ons sê die Nabi het gesê. So who's speaking the truth here? Because I know you didn't see it, but you still say he said it. And if somebody is not telling the truth here because we know that you didn't see him, but you still claim that he said it. Okay, now that's the discrimination and this this is the actual the dichotomy that's coming now, because your children can say, but I mean dan gelieg. Hulle het gesê, hy het gesê so, maar hulle het nog nooit vir hom geontmoet nie. But now they're going to get the privilege now of being in the presence of prophecies. They're going to understand what prophecy is. They're not going to follow blindly somebody that is buried 6 feet underground. No ways, guys. You're not going to force them down their throats just to say, khulu, khulu, khulu. No, you must tell them now, because you gave them the Wi-Fi, you gave them access to the most sophisticated technology now. Now you open their brains, now give them the answers. Don't leave them in the hologram. Otherwise, they're going to be they're going to be sent into the Holocaust, guys. Okay? Like you were cast now over the last 5 years. You've been fighting people, making hate speeches, asking God to destroy people. This was your punishment that you have lived through over this 5 years. And we, as your children, we know what the score is, guys. We know who passed the exams and who flunked the exams. Like Azar and Ibrahim. Ibrahim's father, when Ibrahim came, when COVID came, Ibrahim's father was of no significance. Okay. Now, our past civilization, they are the fathers of us, of Ibrahim, of the migration. Ibrahim is not a human being, people. Come out of that low-ended thought patterns. Okay. Ibrahim is a cosmic injection that immigrates those who are valid for a new age, for a new wadi, for a new experience of truth, of Allah, of divinity, of how conscious is actually formatted, how you believe in a temporal world, you believe it from the outside in. But the whole thing was reversed. It's supposed to be from the inside out. Okay? Now, because you were stuck there, Allah says, Irji'u ila masakinikum. Guys, we're not going to argue. Allah says, like, if you are contented with being health-friendly with the laws of the Iblis and the aids of Iblis, then have a good time in hell, guys. Just make sure that you got an extinguisher when the flames gets a bit more stronger, okay? Allah is not unfair. You choose hell for yourself, guys. You choose it for your family. That's your that is your right. Okay. Now, at the same time, Allah creates everything in pairs. So then there's another exit. There's an exit for those who had reached the climax of the game. Okay, those who had taken charge of the destiny, okay, of their true identities. They are the conscious human beings. They are the ins. They are not jinn. Most of you are jinn. You are trapped in your mental capacity. You couldn't come down into your hearts, okay? That's a split of the ages. That's the Furqan. That's the Yawm al-Fasl, okay? This is not, can I say, it's not religious, people. It's natural stuff. We got carried away with the Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu lima tuharrimu ma ahallallahu lak. Ons het geraak so fascinated dat ons God gehoord het. Ons het die Nabi gehoord. Dis haram, dis haram, dis haram. Van watter wêreld kom julle af? Van watter wêreld kom ons aan? As die Nabi gereprimand gewees het dat hy maak alles net haram, dan wees ons. We took something into our hands that we didn't have legitimacy to do that. Okay? That's how we became blinded. We became self-righteous. We became Allah's soldiers. People in Jahannam is not Allah's soldiers. Allah's soldiers, Allah don't need anybody of us. Not at any moment in time. Okay? We need Allah. Okay? That ego conscious that we built, that we are this and we are that and we want this. People, it's the gods that you created that has let you down and became the devil, that you cannot come to terms with the fact that you are busy worshipping a god that is of evil essence. Okay, that god's dead. It's a dead god. It's not helping anybody. Okay, your children already discovered this, guys. To be honest with you guys, we've already uncovered what is happening here on this dimension and who fell asleep and who left the house and who lost their way home and who lost their identity and who had just blatantly felt that they were God's chosen people, not just the Jews, the Muslims themselves, okay? That self righteous, self appointed human beings that think that they can guide. A Jew is someone that guides, okay? If you are a religious leader or a government leader, then you are known in the bracket as a Jew. In the language of the cosmic, okay, the original language, not of anybody else, the cosmic language, Jew means a. Jew means a, something that you die without. Now, when you call somebody a Jew, you are actually telling him that you cannot live without him. That is what the universe accepts. That is what the universe understands. Doesn't look at what your brain means. He knows what your heart vibrates. Okay, authentic or unauthentic. Okay, so I cannot condemn anybody, people. I have no reason to condemn people, to look down on people, because everybody is in their own class. We just give you the facts as it is. If it resonates with you, ahlan wa sahlan. If it doesn't work for you, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. You have a choice, okay? We are concerned only about ourselves first and foremost, okay, getting us out of this mess, okay, getting us out of into that clairvoyance and into the need to work with our soul tribe. We choose to live with them, yani, specifically. We ask Allah for that. That is our that is our request. We want to be with those who are in our field of serving, okay. So we ask Allah Ta'ala to grant us that daraja, inshallah Ta'ala, that we can manifest the things that we would want to see this soul tribe in the south be given that upgrades, inshallah Ta'ala, and be given that liberty and be given that any preservation and that sovereignty, and that the next generations yani, be well self-determined and self-sufficient, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, that's more or less where we are coming in as a soul tribe, not spreading any false madhabs and false religions. All your religions came via invaders, whether they were colonialists, whether they were imperialists, or whether they were whatever you can call it. Okay, we missed one big thing out of this is we killed the greatest person of our lives, and that was the mother who was always here. She never came from any other country. Okay, the fathers killed that mother. They killed that daughter. Okay, when they marry the daughter, yani, okay, then once the children comes, then that children becomes the father's children, and then that is how they build the empires. Okay, because now that child will listen because they got the money, and that mother is like a busman or whatever you level for the call. Okay, that's awesome mas. That's awesome mas, guys. Ons was nie van Java nie, van Indonesia nie. Our God never made a mistake. If your God made a mistake, Malaysiani, you have to go back to where the mistake happened. But our Allah, no, there was no mistake. We were meant to be here. We're always going to be here. This is our land from A to Z. Okay? وَالْأَرْضُ مِثْلُهُنَّ. Remember, وَالْأَرْضُ مِثْلُهُنَّ. Sabah tabaqat. Okay? We understand it, people. Qasam wallahi, we understand it. Us yeti dauti, we have the understanding. We were given the ru'ya. Qad saddaqta ru'yaka ya Ibrahim. We got the idea of the malakut. Yani, okay? So we know exactly where this thing is taking us and where we are going to. But more importantly, Allahu Akbar. Oh, is nou Maghrib alweer. Dis amper nou tyd vir Maghrib. Wat lekker om te praat so lekkertjies. Is net To praat so many barakat from Allah Ta'ala. And the great love we have for our ancestors, people. There's no doubt we don't love the Sahaba, we love our ancestors because we know them. We didn't meet Sahaba, people. We must be honest with ourselves here. We gotta be more real because our children are real now. They are digitally real, okay? The history has been rebounced, okay? You gotta come out of that website there. It's time to give us our rightful inheritance and reclaim our sovereign rights and reigns, inshallah. Allah give our forefathers and our great ancestors and the great messengers who brought our mothers the great messages to tell us where is and when would the age of Arafat happen and how we could exit into that realm of eternity and self-sustainability. We are grateful for this moment in our life. Wallahi billahi. We are really making takbir. That's why the takbirs are now. You have to play the takbirs in your house, guys. Daar gaan jy dan af. Hoekom maar lekker broers. En baie salamat vir ons moeders en ons vaders, inshallah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى